the podcast for the Treasure Coast. With breaking news.
The latest tech. With scripture and devotionals added in at times.
The only podcast on the Treasure Coast, that brings you breaking news, along with anything tech, with edited reading or commenting on scripture, and a devotional at times. Welcome to Treasure Coast's real-time podcast.
We welcome you to today's podcast. We thank you for listening. Thank you to all who have tuned in, who have come along with us on this ride. We are continuing to bring you different news, different things that are happening, and one of the things that we are trying to do as we transition and keep this podcast going, and I recently have made some transitions trying to do this daily, and of course, if you have been following us, you notice that we missed yesterday. So we are trying to make sure we get all of these podcasts done. And so let me tell you real quick about what we are going to cover. We are going to be covering some news about the Washington Post. The fails in its attempt using one medical mask manufacturer. We are going to look at over half of U.S. counties had no COVID-19 deaths. We are looking at an article with Trump calls for Chuck Todd to be fired after airing deceptively edited clip. And we are looking at KT Farland Russia hoax. So we are going to introduce you to our Facebook page for real-time news, and we typically try to start off our or add in tech on our podcast, but I may not be doing it on this podcast. I am looking. I have some interviews scheduled, and I'm trying to get the arrangements finished. We are going to be bringing you some interviews of some people that and talking about what this quarantine has or had done to them, and it's mainly focusing on I'm going to be interviewing a pastor and then a Christian worker, and it's from the Christian perspective. Of course, many of you know that I am a preacher, so we are truly looking at bringing you Bible-based topics, and although I've been covering many of the top news, and that's what all of my podcasts start out with, is top news, but we always end with verse of the day. So I'm actually looking at changing it up a little bit. So we'll see what happens. But I just want to thank you for joining us, and let me go ahead and transition to I am on camera. Sorry about that. I forgot about being on camera. For you that would like to watch us, this is on the Anchor FM podcast, but we also have this in all the episode notes. We do have our links to all the articles that we use and links to where you can go to our YouTube channel and watch the podcast. That way, what happens is when you watch the podcast on YouTube, you get to actually see the articles I'm using, see the screenshot. Of course, you will end up seeing a camera of me when I'm first start the show. But let me transition to our desktop, and we do welcome you to today's show, and we look forward to connecting with each of you. Please share this. Please like it, and make sure that you share this and go to our real-time news TC, real-time news TC Facebook page. In fact, I'm getting ready to go to it right now. All right, here it is. I invite you, if you're watching on our YouTube channel, you get to see this. Go to facebook.com/realtimenewstc. That's real-time news TC. That stands for real-time news Treasure Coast. But I am bringing you the podcast. That's me right there, James Powell. I'm bringing you the podcast, and we truly want you to touch base and connect with us. But we're getting ready to bring you the latest news in the websites that we look at. This is from the redstate.com, written by Brad Slager. Washington Post fails in its attempt at using one medical mask manufacturer to prove White House failed to respond to the virus in January. So you look at this, the fake news, and yes, I said fake news. They're trying to really push this idea that Trump really messed up, and they really they didn't know what they were doing. But evidence is showing Trump knew exactly what they were doing. He let the corrupt news media go about, and let them basically just kind of do their own thing, and sorry about that. Okay, we're trying to make sure I'm getting this. It's like our volume isn't. See if it's up a little bit more. There we go. I've been trying to readjust all the volumes, and it looks like it's covering. So sorry about that. Okay, when their evidence is so easily dispelled, it becomes evidence of narrative building. Earlier today, and this is as at the day of this recording, it is May 11th. Earlier today, I covered how the press has been wildly inaccurate on claimed ventilator crisis, and now we have a press trying to use medical masks as other cudgel against President Trump and the administration over its reaction of the coronavirus outbreak. It has been an ongoing narrative in the press that Trump was slothful in his response to the pandemic, costing untold lives, and now the Washington Post uses the tale of a lone company to prove this to be the case. The problem, there is ample contradictory evidence to the claim. And the company was called Prestige Ameritech, the maker of medical supplies. Its owner, Michael Bowen, had seen a market reaction to the coronavirus outbreak in other countries this past January, and he reached out to the administration to see if they would be interested in his company adjusting its output to meet the need of the N95 medical mask. After his January 23rd communication, Bowen did not receive the expected reaction to his offer, and the Post cites this as evidence of administrative incompetence. But what they didn't say is the story of Bowen's offer illustrates a missed opportunity in the early days of the pandemic, writes Aaron Davis. So they're trying to say that Trump, that Trump did not react in time. But what the Washington Post will not acknowledge is the Trump administration has been scaling back government restrictions and roadblocks on companies in order to free them up to produce the needed products to meet the viral demand. In March 25th, Bloomberg article states that 3M has been scaling its production of the mask up for the past 2 months. Hold on. You get that? 2 months. Well, that would mean they began this production back in January. In fact, there is this detail from Bloomberg article. Andrew Reeder, manager of 3M respirator mask factory in South Dakota, got the call from headquarters on Tuesday. January 21st, he gathered about 20 managers and supervisors into a conference room where they sat unworried, less than 6 feet apart. The reader told them that a new virus was spreading rapidly in China and that 3M was expecting demand for protective gear to jump. So that's really, really, really interesting. And this predates Bowen's outreach to the administration by days. All right, there's that article. I'm reminding you all the articles that we use will be in our episode notes and the YouTube channel description. All right, with everything being talked about and all the so-called COVID-19 deaths, this article here from the heritage.org is very interesting. The title, over half of U.S. counties have had no COVID-19 deaths. So this is one of the things they've been really pushing, this narrative that, man, all of these COVID deaths and everything's bad and it's horrible, and which it doesn't matter. One death is bad. That's the bottom line. But with many state and local governments starting to relax stay-at-home orders, it's instructive to examine just how concentrated the spread of COVID-19 has been in the U.S. Although all U.S. states have reported cases of COVID-19, the distribution of cases and deaths have remained heavily concentrated in a small number of states among a small number of counties within all states. For instance, May 4th, just 10 states account for 70% of the U.S. cases, 77% of all deaths. Get that. Only 10 states account for 70% of all U.S. cases. Together, New York and New Jersey account for 38% of all cases. So there's 70% in just 10 cases. New York and New Jersey alone account for 38% of all cases and 48% of total COVID-19 deaths. So the narrative they're pushing, they're not being honest, and that is what is sad. In fact, here is a graph. If you're on the YouTube channel, you can actually see the video, the graph of 57.3% total deaths, the 50.1 confirmed cases, and 30 counties, small number of counties account for bulk of COVID-19 cases. Point out of the United States, 0.9% counties. And it talks of, as the chart shows, the 30 counties with the most COVID-19 cases account for 50% of all the cases in the U.S. That is just 1%. Get this, just 1% of the counties in the U.S. are responsible for half of the country's coronavirus cases, more than half the deaths. So they've really been trying to really push this as a major thing, but it's only focused on a small percentage of the country. So when you listen to news, make sure you cover the true and real news. All right, Trump calls for Chuck Todd to be fired after airing a deceptively edited clip of AG Barr to meet the press. And I wasn't planning on it, but let's go ahead and let me try to get this here, and we'll try to play that. So I'm going to go ahead and play this, and you'll be listening, you'll be hearing the audio, but if you are watching on our YouTube channel, you'll be able to see the video too. And we're trying to get this to play. and it cannot be played. Sorry about that. So when history comes back, let's okay, let me go to, I'm just going to go ahead and go to Chuck Todd's, I wonder if they think they took it down. Oh, here we go. Nope. I think they took it down. Okay. Nope, it's not there. It's not playing. But Chuck Todd had a video. It was playing before. Okay. Okay, nope. Nope, sorry. Sorry about that. Nope, that doesn't work. Okay, let me... No. They took it down. Anyway, Chuck Todd had a video that he edited about AG Barr. So now I'm gonna have to look up and try to let me just see if there's anyone else. I'm on the Twitter. Here we go. Maybe it will play. There we go. Okay, let's listen to this. Okay. So, the major thing I want you to get is the media is still trying to, they cannot tell the truth. That's just the bottom line. They cannot tell the truth, which is sad. And it's frustrating to me, to be honest. So, all right, we're going to take a break. We're about halfway through, and please share this and like us. In fact, let me go ahead, go to the Facebook page, facebook.com/realtime news. That's realtime news TC. Facebook.com/realtime news TC. And please go there, like it, and join us. And I'm going to start posting our podcast, each podcast, and the YouTube video. And we want to really grow this community. All right, are you a video marketer? I have a new affiliate that I'm working with. It's TubeBuddy. Actually, I've been signed up with it for quite a while, and I'm just now starting to really get back to it. Of course, I'm a video marketer. I use different software to see what people are searching. But TubeBuddy, go to tubebuddy.com/JJmedia. That's tubebuddy.com/JJmedia, and you can purchase TubeBuddy, and you will help the show this way. But TubeBuddy is your best friend on the road to YouTube success. TubeBuddy is a free browser extension and mobile app that integrates directly into YouTube to help you run your channel with ease. And they have advanced keyword research, and it cuts publishing time in half, and you can rank higher in search results. You get more views and subscribers. You can test, tweak, and win the click. And it's enjoyed by more than 3 million YouTube creators and brands. That's TubeBuddy. Go to tubebuddy.com/JJmedia. Do you live in the Hobe Sound Stuart area? And are you needing lawn care? That's in the Hobe Sound, Florida, Stuart, Florida area. Do you need lawn care? If you do, I highly recommend and highly suggest Peters Lawn Services FL. That's Peters Lawn Services FL. You can call Brian at 740-710-2031. That's 740-710-2031. Or email Brian at peterslawnservicesfl.com. So be sure to call them. And here again, here's the number, 740-710-2031. If you're looking to advertise, how about a new, innovative way to advertise? You know, in today's business world, of course, a lot of businesses have been shut down, and a lot of things have happened with everything that is going on with this COVID. So you're trying to get your name out. Well, there is a new and innovative way to do it. It's called Flamin, that's Flamin Hot Ads. And you can go to their website, flaminhotads.net or flaminhotads.com. And you can actually call them 833-ADS-TO-GO. That's ADS-TOGO. 833-ADS-TO-GO. TOGO. And you can contact them to get your business card's size ad or bigger on a carry-out tray. And if you're watching on the YouTube channel, you can actually see the carry-out tray, the example we have, and one that we have actually done. And you can put your ad on and literally get your ad in the hands of potential customers. And especially during this COVID time, carry-out eating has been a main source of being able to buy your meal out. How about putting your ad on a carry-out tray and getting your ad literally in the hands of potential customers? Of course, you go to their website and they give you a selection of prices, and you can contact them and see more about what they are about. You can also go to their link. They have restaurant distributors that they distribute. If you want to eat at a restaurant that specifically that they use, you can go to that. And we also have a nonprofit, and we are adding on nonprofits where we are going to be updating the site with more nonprofits that we work with. So flaminhotads.net, 833-ADS-TO-GO. All right, let's get back to the show, and we're going to end this. It may not quite go the 30 minutes today, but we're going to talk of the Russia hoax. KT McFarland, Russia hoax, devised to cover up something very big, very big. Members of the Obama administration, and if you've been listening to news and you understand what is happening with the Michael Flynn being exonerated, and there are some huge things that are getting ready to go down, and Trump is getting rid of the swamp. But members of the Obama administration and FBI officials knew there was no collusion between President Donald Trump, his 2016 campaign, and Russia from the beginning. But still, it dragged the country and the president's administration into 3.5 years of perpetuating the hoax. Former Deputy National Secretary Advisor KT McFarland said Monday, they knew there was no Russian collusion. McFarland, who served under Flynn during the first 4 months of the Trump administration, she told Fox News, Fox and Friends, adding that their distraction let China get stronger. They knew well before the Mueller investigation that there was no there. There was basically saying that THERE, there was nothing there. They wanted to deflect attention from something very big. I don't know what it was, she said, that they were trying to cover up, but they went to enormous lengths to cover it up. It's very clear it wasn't just a few rogue agents at the FBI. This is not done by some mid-level government official in the Justice Department or the FBI. It was the highest levels of the FBI. She said that she doesn't know if the Obama administration and FBI leaders really had thought Flynn, a retired 3-star general, get that, a 3-star general, had colluded with Russia, but she claimed that the investigation was a plot from the very beginning. And she goes, you know, the last words that General Michael Flynn said to me the night he left the office in the West Wing, on the night he had to resign, McFarland said, he said, you know the irony? I joined the military to fight the Russians. Wow. Isn't that is just, that's incredible. And at the time of this article, last week, Attorney General William Barr's Justice Department dismissed the case against Flynn, Trump's first national security advisor. He had pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI about his conversation with Russian Ambassador Sergei Kislyak. But recently released documents revealed behavior of FBI agents that raised new questions about the investigation and Flynn's questioning. Flynn's attorney, Sidney Powell, told Fox Business Sunday that top officials framed her client and that President Barack Obama was involved. So there are some big cards getting ready to fall. That's really what is happening. There are some big names getting ready to fall. So grab your popcorn and let's just watch. So I do thank you for joining us on this show, and I ask you again to like our Facebook page. Go to facebook.com realtime news. That's facebook.com/realtime news TC. Realtime News TC. That stands for Realtime News Treasure Coast. And like us on Facebook, and let's build this community. We're going to end this episode with the verse of the day. And I want to remind you again, we're looking at doing some interviews. And if you would like to do an interview, we're coming from the aspect how the shutdown affected you, how the quarantine affected you spiritually, psychologically, in your family life, whether it's good or bad. A lot of people did slow down and was able to take more time with their family, but that's what we want to focus on. We are scheduling interviews, and we're going to be bringing you some interviews on future podcasts here in the near future. All right, the verse of the day is Psalms 5:11. That's Psalms 5:11. But let all who take refuge in you be glad. Let them ever sing for joy. Spread your protection over them, that those who love your name may rejoice in you. Thoughts of today's verse: our hope is in the Lord. He is the basis of our security and the reason for our joyful songs. He is our protection and hope. He is the reason we rejoice. And let me read the prayer for today. Praise you, magnificent God and loving Father, for your merciful kindness, your awesome holiness, your rich forgiveness, and your never-ending love. I find my hope and protection in you. You are my hope for the future. In your name and in the name of your Son, Jesus, I rejoice and offer praise. Amen and amen. I do want to thank you again for watching us. And again, my name is James. If I don't think I did say that at the beginning. Another thing I noticed, I did not put my Trump hat on. I try to wear my hat, but I thank you for being with us. Make sure that you share this on your Facebook and social media timelines. Join us on our Facebook group, the facebook.com/realtime news TC. That's facebook.com/realtime news TV. Realtime news TC at Treasure Coast. I'll be all right. And join us. Click the link below. You can go to jjmediaonline.net/YouTube. That's jjmediaonline.net/YouTube. Go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, and share our videos. Like it, share, let your friends know. Put it all over the place. Let's grow this together. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you or you listening to our next podcast. We will catch you on the next podcast. Have a great, great day.